Kids team, this is your weekend update for October 7th and 8th. So I thought it would be really beneficial to just have a reminder of what it is that we do on the weekends. You know, you come in during the week, you get an email update from me. We ask you to go through your leader guide ahead of time. We ask you to pray. We ask you to really come in prepared, and all those things are good and valuable. They totally are. Please make sure that you're reading over your leader guide. But it's important to remember why we do the things that we do, or why we ask you to do the things that we do. You know, in kids, well, first, let's start with the mission. The mission of the whole church is to reach spiritually restless and unchurched people. That is our whole mission. So if we take that into the kids realm, our team, it is to reach the unchurched children. The kids who, I don't know if they necessarily get spiritually restless, but I do know they ask a lot of questions. That is who we are preparing every single week for. You see, a regular attendance pattern for families is 1 in 4 weeks. 1 in 4 weeks. That's why we ask you, please make sure you're prepared and ready to go. Because if that family's new, it may be the one shot we have with that child to hear about Jesus, and maybe for the first time, or maybe for the only time. So we are here to reach the unchurched children, to teach them about our Savior and what He did for us, and really, we are building connections with them. We are building trust with them. When they know our names, when we know their names, when we know what's happening in their lives and in their schools, when we're able to partner with parents and give encouragement or advice as we're able to, like, that is what we are doing. And then ultimately, we're having conversations with these kids every weekend to help them gain an understanding of who Jesus is, of who God is, and why He loves us so much. We're building a foundation, hopefully, for these kids to take their first step in faith. We're literally changing a generation, one conversation, one kid at a time. And I don't know about you, but when I get to sit around at a table with 8-year-olds and hear their life perspective and the things that they're working through, man, does it encourage my heart. And often, that's when God does the tweaking and the work in my heart. So I don't want you to forget, we're here for these kids. Everything that we do, from the moment we walk in the doors, when we say hello, when we have circumstances that we get to respond to, the way that we lead the group, I mean, they're watching every single thing we do. Every moment we have them in our space, they're watching us. And I don't know about you guys, but that's a great honor. It's an incredible responsibility. And our goal, our hope, is that we get to be the most positive hour of their life. It's the bright spot. They can't wait to get into our doors to see us. So I just wanted to remind you what it is that we're doing and why. You know, we started out and there was not one thing wrong with the way that we did things. We had large program and then the kids got to just play together. But what we found is that it was hard to disciple them, to really help them understand who Jesus is and all those foundational, fundamental things. It was really hard to do that when you had 20 to 40 of them and there was 2 people in a room. So as we are transitioning into groups, that's why we moved to groups, so that way we can know the kids individually. We can know the families and the parents' names and create a relationship with them. And ultimately, so that way we could help more children take their next step with Jesus. And that's easier to do in smaller numbers. So that is why we are in this small group model, and that is why we ask you to come in prepared. So I just wanted to remind you of that, because what we get to do on the weekends is the most important thing on the planet, and how great it is that we get to be a part of that. Something that I just wanted to put on your radar, because it is so fun and so exciting. On Thursday, October 26th, the city of Findlay has their trick-or-treating, and so does the mall. And we have like the most amazing location for this. So we've done this for the past, 2 years, maybe 3, 2 or 3, anyway, where we open up our entire campus, the lobby, the student area, Cedarville, and what we do is we become one of or the biggest stop for candy here in the mall. This year we're gonna have 6 stops for candy inside of our Cedarville area, and so what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna have a sign up this weekend, and we're looking for a team, and literally it's the most chill event we'll ever do. All we ask you to do is show up, smile, and hand out candy to kids and love on our community. It is the funnest night. It is so cool to see all these kids and new families who have no idea that we're a church. They just know that we have candy, so they're coming into our spaces and they're meeting us and they're seeing it, and then we get to invite them to FX, which is coming up on November 5th. So again, we're gonna have those signups this weekend. Your coaches in your huddle are gonna be talking about it, but it is so much fun. We're also gonna be having a costume contest with a prize, so be picking out your stuff now. And if this is something that you're interested in, please come and find us this weekend. And then my tough gut question for you this week is, what is your next step? You know, is it baptism? Is it joining a life group? Is it taking another step in the kids ministry? Is it going from every other week to an every week volunteer? Is it maybe stepping into a teaching role? Do you feel ready to lead a team? Do you feel like you're ready for your next step? Tough gut that one this week. Really search inside. Ask God in prayer. Ask yourself, God, is it ready for me to take my next step? Because guys, I can tell you that Sabrina and I, we want to help every one of you take your next step and continue growing with Jesus. Love you guys. See you this weekend.